everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Let's talk Wico Prestolite coils for the bazillionth time. Kind of comes in surges, but I get a lot of email from folks who are looking for the infamous blue coil of death. Usually it's for a Super Easy. Next in line would be a Super XL automatic. After that, it would actually be a Pioneer. What was it? The Farmlight. I don't know if it was a P42. It might have been a P42. There were a few of them. Exact stupid module. Slightly different lamination in some cases. This might bolt up to the Pioneer. I'm not sure. It will not bolt up to the Super Easy. That lamination right there is the Super XL style. I keep myself a spare lamination on hand for the Super Easy. Note, it is different. So what's a guy to do? Excuse me, it's a little cold out here today. What's a guy to do? Throw up your hands? No, there's options. There's a bazillion of these things being produced aftermarket. Just not with that Super Easy lamination. Now, I have not been buying the aftermarket coils. I haven't needed to. Typically, I can either revive by baking, if I'm working on one in the shop here, but I don't work on them that much anymore. I'm not getting them through here in the volume that I used to, so I'm just not dealing with it. Doesn't mean the emails stop. There's a lot of guys looking. And I will point them to a good used one on eBay. People will have some strong disagreements with me on that. I'm not sure that looks a little better. I'll have to try and slouch down now. Strong disagreements with me on that. I prefer to bake and use one of these old coils. If it'll come back, great. If it won't come back, fine. Okay, pitch it. Save the damn lamination. I won't ever throw a lamination away at this point. Why? Because those aftermarket coils, especially the one that are being produced in blue, I have bought a couple of those to use on customer saws. They use the same retainer method, okay? You can press this lamination. All right, when someone says lamination, it's the mounting bracket, and it's because it's a laminated set of, steel that's riveted together. That can be pressed out, okay? You see it's got a retaining clip right there and right there. Just lift that up and you can tap this thing out. Okay? That's really powerful because the same damn thing, you can get it out of the reproduction ones. So what does that mean? Well, everybody's selling them for the Super XL. Great. Keep your old Super Easy coil, because you can just install that into that aftermarket one and you're back on the road. Okay? Excuse me. That's one good option. Personally, that's probably the option I would go. But this is where people have disagreements with me. Okay? A, they don't want to reuse it because if you bake it once, you may have to bake it again and it may break down again. And that's true. It may. It may not last at all. What I personally find, and maybe others have had different experiences, the more they sit, the more likely they are to lose spark. If you use it day in, day out, I don't personally see a fail rate on that. That's me, okay? Again, people have different experiences. The aftermarket ones. What's wrong with what I just suggested? Not a damn thing. Now, there are people who think that the Amazon aftermarket coils for, say, a Husqvarna, Husky 62, that's the model I can remember. There's some other ones, the 61. There's a grouping of them, maybe even down to the 55. Whatever. There are folks who think that's more reliable. Cool, great. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. They just so happen, those aftermarket ones, you can press the lamination out of them and do this same thing. Their mounting bracket is nowhere near right. It's not going to bolt up. You are going to have to do some work. But those coils are pretty cheap. Maybe cheaper than the aftermarket ones of these that I would trust. Again, when you on eBay, type in a 94605 Homelite, you're going to get about 70 options, and they're all Chinese-made aftermarket. Most of them are mislabeled. Half of them say they're going to be fitting a Super 2. They aren't. Again, this is just what happens out there. Misinformation. It becomes a mess. But I made a decision a long time ago, based on some experience that other folks had, that I at least want the damn coil to be the right color. It minimizes the chance of screw up down the road. So that already bumps you up in the price bracket to around $30, I think is the cheapest blue cased coil you're going to find. It's not to say the ones that are in black won't work, but I try to stick to the original scheme, okay? Wico blue, Felon black. When it comes to electronic ignition, it just makes it easier, especially down the road. But that Husky coil, you can do the same thing. You can press it out. Now, your spark plug wire is going to be coming out in the wrong spot. If I remember right, it comes out down here, and it's really long, so you kind of got to route it back, and you're going to have to pull the boot off and trim it. Anzac, I think that's the brand name. I'm going to put a couple links in this video in the description, so take a peek down there. There are going to be threads on House of Homelite, and there's a couple members who have used I'm certain it's the Anzac coil, and they've had great luck with it. They're really, really happy with it, and they would not consider leaving one of these in their saw. There's just no way. And cool, you know, that's the beauty of this. Everybody can do their own thing. That's not the route I want to go, but this is about options. Because if you type 94605 or 94111, the two part numbers, Super Easy and Super XL, into my website, all you're going to find is my blog post from all those years ago saying, hey, guess what, guys, you can bake these and bring them back a lot of times. That's all you're going to find. I can't remember the last time I got one of these in a new old stock parts buyout. Now, maybe that one, you know, from Frisco will have a couple of them, but it's not enough. You know, we've got to have options, and that's what the point of this video is to give you guys some options. So, I'll try and wrap this up in summary. Bake what you got. Give it a shot. Option number 1. If that fails, option number 2 is to go out to eBay or Amazon and buy one of the reproduction, which is the closest they are is a 94605, and you don't find that part explicitly listed on very many of them, and so when you do, you usually find it mixed with the 94711 that fits the Super 2 and the XL, and it's a Felon coil. It has no relation to this at all. I want to be very clear about that. A Super 2 Felon coil is not going to bolt up to a Super XL or a Super Easy and run right. You may get spark, it will not run right. It's not going to happen. So, ignore the misinformation. Buy one of those. If you're lucky, you're working on a Super XL, it's going to come with the proper lamination. If you're doing a Super EZ, press out your old lamination. Press out the new one. Put it into that new coil. You're in business. Option 3, pick up one of those aftermarket coils on Amazon for the Huskies. Again, it's in the write-up. It's very detailed. It gives the, you know, the exact description, even though it's almost 5 years old now, I think. 3 to whatever, doesn't matter. It still works. I tried the links earlier. It still works. So, those are your options. Why are we doing this video? Just today, it was, hey, do you have any of these for sale? I don't. Same thing, guys. If you don't find it on my website, I don't have it for sale. It is just cut and dry. That's super simple. It's not to say that in a parts lot, like the one I just bought from Frisco and is tucked away that I haven't even started yet, there might be something in there. I don't know it. So it's not listed on the website, and it does you guys no good. So, again, I've said it before, if it's not on the website, I don't have it for sale. But the emails keep coming in. I know the website is a resource, so that is the point of this video, is give you guys some options. I've said that probably 4 times. You probably get the picture. Hope you all are having a good one. Catch you guys on the next video.